I'm coming at you live on tape from Sydney, Ohio. And today's movie is the epic movie Mouse of Horrors. Now, yes, this is a Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse horror movie, and it is gory as hell. At one point, he plucks out a woman's eyes and eats them. And no, it does not have the Steamboat Willie mask as Mousetrap had. This is an actual modified mask where he has a mouth and sharp teeth. It is a cool looking mask. It also includes Winnie the Pooh from Winnie the Pooh Blood is Honey as the bear. So let's dive on in. Strap on for Mouse of Horrors. Now, it starts with these two women looking for a boat. And they find a boat, and the woman thinks there's no one on the boat and keeps looking for people, even though she finds a person's guts in the middle of this platform on a boat. That would tell me to run, but this is a horror movie, and people are dumb as fuck in horror movies. Needless to say, the killer mouse gets them. Then we go to our main heroine, who I think's name is Chloe, talking to her father, being viewed by an asthmatic in a field. How can you tell he's an asthmatic? Because of the heavy breathing. It might be from the field, it might be because he's the killer, or it might be because he's Chloe's stalker who just so happens to be an asthmatic. They're talking about how Chloe's leaving to go to LA to go to school. At least I assume she's going to school because that's what they're talking about. She might be going for a modeling gig or to become an actress or to just get the fuck away from Europe because she wants to view Trump's America in person, where she will have to pay higher medical bills, probably starve, and probably live in a tent. Then her friend arrives and they go to a bar. Chloe won't be able to drink in America because I don't think she's 21 yet. And then they decide to go to the Fun Fair, which is a carnival amusement park that's not open. And two of her friends branch off because her friend's girlfriend, because the girlfriend of the guy seen Tinder on his phone, and the guy won't show her the phone to prove he doesn't have Tinder on it. Which personally, if she saw Tinder on my phone and I didn't have Tinder on it, I'd just be like, look, I don't have Tinder on my phone. But he refuses. At which point, the killer mouse kills both of them. But before this, we see the killer mouse and the bear get orders from the scientist who tells them to go get body parts to make the perfect bride. That is very important to the story. The killer mouse continues to go stalking them one by one after the one lady pukes on a ride and goes off to find a different place to puke. I guess puking on another ride wasn't good enough for her. And the killer, we're just going to call him the killer because that's how he's called in the movie, though he's a mouse, finds her on another ride, turns the ride on, and cuts off her arm and beats her to death with it. See the need for a body part. Then he runs up to the black chick, whose name I don't know at all. We're just going to call her the black chick. And the guy who saw the lady get her arm cut off and beat to death with it goes after the guy who falls into this pool with jellyfish, and the jellyfish apparently eat him. Now, I was not aware jellyfish could eat people because they don't have mouths, but apparently in this movie, they're killer jellyfish. who can eat people. Now, I want some killy jellyfish for my pond out back. Apparently, I will have to go to England to get those. With the new, I'm not going to make that joke, but I do want some killer jellyfish. Then I could get some killer peanut butter fish, and we could make a killer peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now then he goes after the black chick who runs through the house fun house, but gets her belly slit going down the slide. She then runs into her two living friends, Chloe, and her name starts with an E, but I don't remember it. But it's Chloe's best friend from earlier. And they run from the mouse into the maintenance building, where they run into the doctor, who introduces them to his first son, the mouse, who apparently likes Chloe's head so much and hair that he wants it to be part of the bride. Chloe and her best friend run away, though her best friend is injured somehow that we don't see. And the mouse, the killer mouse, eats the black chick's gut, rips the black chick's guts out of the hole in her belly, and then proceeds to pluck out her eyes and eat them. In what has to be the greatest scene in cinema history. The doctor, the mouse, then goes after the girls, and the injured girl distracts the mouse and tells Chloe to run. Chloe's dad then shows up, telling Chloe they have to get out of there, but Chloe says no. We have to go after the other chick. I think her name is Erin. As the doctor tells her that she has till morning to get to turn herself in and get Erin. Because the doctor wants her head as the bride. Dr. Frankenstein should have done this. He should have just threatened random women with a giant mouse to get their body parts as the bride of Frankenstein. So Chloe and her dad go to the maintenance shed to apparently look around. I didn't see why they went to the maintenance shed. They should have known it was guarded. But they go there, and Chloe gets captured by the doctor, who then tells his two sons, the mouse and the bear, to fight over who gets Chloe's head to be, and that person gets the bride. Of course, her dad shows up and knocks out the doctor with a hammer to the skull, which surprisingly doesn't kill him. Trust me, a hammer to the skull will kill you. So don't go around hitting your friends with hammers in the skull. If you want to hit your friends with hammers, hit them in the arms or the legs or the ribs. Fact, that's just a warning about life. Don't hit your friends with hammers in the skull. But then the mouse and the bear continue to fight, because apparently the bear never liked the mouse. Well, Chloe and her dad go to find, I believe her name is Erin again. Might be Emily, though. I'm not real sure what her name is. The mouse eventually goes and kills the bear, seemingly, by slitting his throat. And then the mouse goes on a boat trip. But the bear shows up and is about to tie the mouse to the anchor and throw him overboard when a shark pops out of the water. There are apparently killer sharks and killer jellyfish in England. And eats the bear. The mouse gets back in time to kill Chloe's dad and then go after Chloe, Chloe manages to get him down and stab him through the mouth with his knife, killing him. But then the doctor shows up with Erin, or Emily, whatever her name is, and says he wants Chloe to be his bride, or else he'll shoot Erin or Emily. Erin or Emily knocks the gun out of his hand, which Chloe gets, and shoots the doctor with precision. I don't know how she learned to use a gun. I don't know where the doctor got a gun. Once again, this is England. Guns are scarce. You have to have special permits. Chloe never fired a gun probably before. I don't know. And then they take out the bride where she's set up at in a giant water tube, and it all ends happily ever after. There is a post-credit scene, and the credits go real slow, so you might want to fast forward past them to get to the post-credit scene. This is actually a decent B movie. The acting isn't great. Some of the shots are pretty good, but it's gory as hell, and it's entertaining, and it's nice to watch Mickey Mouse fight Winnie the Pooh. I give it 12 stars. Check it out. Join me next week where we'll talk about wrestlers Andre the Giant didn't like, and we will be looking at Pet Sematary 2, which I probably have not watched in 18 or 19 years. Actually, I believe it's closer to 28, 29 years. And I have no idea if I'll like it or not.